Good morning, good evening, folks. Welcome to our channel. Let's walk you through the markets today. In particularly, the question that we want to answer is: Should we panic? Should we panic sell now or not? Let's dive in. So earlier today, I published uh, my thoughts and strategies on where I thought what a simple game plan would be for you moving forward for BDC. And the game plan is simple. If we break out of this range, then we're on our way to all-time highs. So basically, anything over $73,600. On the inverted side, the opposite bearish scenario, my strategy played out was if we break down this range, that we've been range bound for quite a while, then we're on our way to more retracement downside with a target of around $52,000. Right. So should we panic or remain composed and calm? Let's dive deeper. So after publishing this in the morning, the market was relatively calm and flat. However, I have reevaluated and published another report evaluating whether we should look at a more bearish case scenario for Bitcoin and whether we see a bear flag formation on the daily. And we had already predicted that there was a bear flag formation being formed on the daily for BDC, and most probably with a high probability, price was heading near to 52k, and we had predicted with a blue line where we thought it would go. So let's dive into that more and evaluate why and what are our target and if we should remain composed or panic sell. So as we mentioned on the daily chart, we noticed a bearish flag formation, a big drawdown, as you can see with a bearish formation, and we were waiting patiently to see if it played out. And you can clearly see that it followed the blue line path that we predicted that it would follow, and it hit. It was almost approaching the parallel channel, and we were possibly expecting a bounce back up, invalidating the bearish flag formation. If that happened, that didn't play out. It went according to our predicted plan, being that it broke down the parallel channel. The flagpole formation, bearish flag formation, was in play, and if it broke down into the parallel channel, we expected it to reach the target price of the flagpole around 52,000, which is a confluence price you can see at the top and upper end of the parallel channel, which also matches the 52,600 target. So we had already mapped out a while back where we expect the price to go, and we don't see any reason for you to panic. The market structure is still looking healthy. A retracement was required. And going back to the bullish scenario and the bearish scenario, okay, we broke down the range that we expected, but we need a confirmation candle tomorrow. And if we break down even further downside, the retracement price that we expect to hold before we see any further downside is the $60,500 target, which coincides with the downside wick with a big volume for this candle. If this breaks, then we are most likely going to our predicted price target of 52,000, which is this area here. We expect a good support there and a bounce possibly, but we will reevaluate when we get there. So answering the question, should we panic, sell now or not? And we are saying wait and see if this plays out. If we break below the 60,000, 59 to 60,000 wick, then yes, the bearish scenario is in play. However, we wouldn't be surprised if we see a bounce back in the bulls. Uh, pushing back up the price within the range bound uh, table that we mentioned, and the bullish scenario is still back in play. Now, moving on to the altcoins, should we panic sell? Because Bitcoin, as we currently speak, is negative 5.42% for the day, which is very normal volatility for Bitcoin. But we are trying to tell you to remain composed and calm and not panic sell. Do not make emotional panic sells. And regarding the altcoins, let's have a look first at one of the big altcoins in the market cap top 10 in the crypto space. And our strategy is, how would you play Solana now? And we have set simple strategy plan, game plan, that being long the support zone, that's the bullish scenario, and short the resistance. Now let's have a closer look at this chart. So the resistance being this range over here, around $169, ranging to $163. So we, for the bullish case to work out, it has to break through this resistance. However, we're on the south side of this scenario, which is closer to the support line. And going back to the game plan, should you buy or panic sell now? Since this is a very strong support that's been holding for quite a while, within this range, you should not panic sell. And we could even argue to possibly even buy. We expect a possible bounce there. And where do we expect price to hold? We expect at this lower range around $117 to hold and expect a bounce. We could see a bounce back to resistance, but we'll take it as slowly but surely and reevaluate on a daily basis. So don't panic. We predict Solana to hold within this support range, and don't panic sell. But don't, as long as you have a game plan and target prices to buy and sell, uh, you should be fine. So, in my personal opinion, the bulls should definitely be buying at this area, $119 and pushing it back up, bouncing back to the resistance zone. So that answers the Solana, which is a big, let's say, mega cap of the altcoin market. But let's have a broader picture and view of the altcoins. And here's another article. Please do follow me on Twitter, XApp. And this is another article I published regarding the altcoins. And let's dive deeper into it. So, my definition, our definition of the altcoin market in this case that we're examining, are the total market cap altcoins, excluding the top 10 in terms of market cap. So, let's dive deeper into that and what do we see and what our price targets are. And should we panic or not? Answering the theme question of this presentation, we have mapped out the general pattern of this market and the structure. So let's walk you through it so you can have a clear vision and clarity on what we're seeing and what our strategy is going forward. Okay, so every time you can see this long term upward channel of the altcoin market, every time it hit this upward trend line, it bounced. So each arrow corresponds to a buy. Each time it hits, it should be a good buying opportunity. And on the top upper bound downward sloping channel, or every time the price gets rejected. So essentially, we're looking at a wedge pattern. And every time it hits the top negative resistance pattern of the wedge, it gets rejected. So that basically those arrows represent and correspond a sell, shorting. the alt market, and breakthrough beyond this negative downward sloping pattern should be a breakout and buy signal, strong buy signal. And to map out price targets over time, looking at the swing low to the swing high of this market, we have mapped out with a Fibonacci retracement uh, different price targets, upside and downside targets. So now that we have a clear vision and a mapping of how the market's panning out, our predicted prices that we expected is a continuation of this upward channel, regardless if there's a retracement or not. And currently now there's a 7.77 retracement for the altcoins today. And most people might be thinking, let's get emotional, let's panic sell, the bull market's over, it's doomsday. And we are saying, no, remain composed, calm, and collected, and focused on our targets. Our targets being, if we hit this upward sloping trend line that we're predicting, and we're not far off from it, it could be represent possibly a buying opportunity. And if it does break, we expect a very strong support line at this Fibonacci retracement level of $231 billion. So another buying opportunity. We're not far off from there. So you could say this range of 243 billion to 231 billion is a good buy DCA zone on alts. So that's the bigger picture of the altcoin market. We looked at the micro picture of Solana, but this is the bigger overall broader picture of the altcoin market. And that's what we expect. We expect either we're going to bounce at the 246 billion. We're currently today at 244 billion, 245, not far off. So I believe that we should not panic sell at this time. Focus on the targets that we've set out for Bitcoin, Solana, and in general, the broader picture of the altcoin market. And we hope you enjoyed the content. We are here to provide guidance to like-minded people. This is our community channel. Our vision is to share knowledge between each other, feedback, and possibly leave your comments below and we will address them. And as a preview for future YouTube videos, we have a lot of content to cover, and we are giving you a preview of what we generally cover. We cover equities, we cover commodities, altcoin markets, Bitcoin, uh, all a broad range of asset class investments. We try to remain market neutral, and a major disclaimer: we are not financial advisors. This is not financial advice. Anything we've posted here is not financial advice. This is purely our opinion based on publicly available data, and do your own research. And that said, we have a lot of content to start uploading. Please leave your comments below. Let us know what you want to cover from here. So we have Bitcoin, we have Dogecoin, we have Boeing, which is making headlines now, bad. But every headline provides an opportunity, either on the long side or the short side. We are market neutral. We have no bias. We don't want you to be biased, not follow the narrative of the mainstream media, of analysts, and we just evaluate the data as it goes. That dictates our opinion and strategy. So we have Occidental equities, we have FX, the Australian dollar is making waves. Let us know in the comments if you want to cover. XRP, shout out to the XRP army if they want us to do a video on their charts and how we evaluate the state of play of XRP. We also follow the Japanese market. The yen collapse at the lows of the 1990s today is making waves. We can go through that if you want. Let us know in the comments. We cover oil, which is a very popular subject. We have remained bearish, not bearish bias, but purely based on the data of the charts. As you can see from the headline, we suggest a short strategy. And let us know in the comments if you want to cover that in a call. Another popular topic is the bonds market, the bonds market being the biggest asset class of all. And that's where the smart money is, and then dictates how the market will flow if we are going to have a positive or negative momentum in markets, positive or bearish sentiment. And we argue if if the bond 10-year yields have topped or not, and what alternative investments are there if the answer to the question is yes. We cover Tesla, we cover Meta, we cover earnings now that earnings are popular and it's earnings season for the quarter. Please let us know. Thank you for joining. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.